All right, we are going to kick off today's session with the crew of the USS Navajo. As they've undoubtedly were able to capture and were victorious against Barkon Tevitt's little criminal enterprise in the Rolor Nebula. The Navajo now proceeds to head to Deep Space Nine for repairs and to hand off captives that were abducted by Tevitt, at least some that the other ships couldn't hold. With that, I kick it off to you guys. Where would you like to start with next, or start out with?
I do have a quick question. Are we holding Tevitt, or is one of the other ships holding Tevitt?
The Kotsky is.
Okay.
So anyone could do like a flashback scene if they want to, or uh, be anywhere
I
on the
would,
ship.
but I need a few minutes. I'm having trouble getting into the forge. Just I'm having technical difficulties, so skip me for the moment. Giving me crow, that's the reason.
Do you care to start, Vogel?
I don't care. I don't really have anything. My mission was pretty straightforward. She would probably be in one of the labs, probably looking at sensor data from the system because workaholic and whatnot.
Okay.
Vander would probably host drinks for the bridge crew he was with during the fiasco.
Yeah,
Just
for
to like
sure.
congratulate and let him know that he's like recommended them for commendation.
I do have something. I'll go to sick bay. Vogel, you've been called to sick bay for a checkup given your exposure to the Venus compound.
Oh joy! Coming from the doctor, I assume.
Yes.
All right. I will enter sickbay and seek out Doctor Whitman.
Ah, yes.
Doctor Whitman.
Lieutenant Vogel, how are you feeling? Hope you're not working too hard like usual. Please, take a seat on the bio bed. So have you scheduled any time off, shore leave?
I'm working on scheduling some now if we get enough time.
Ah, good, good, good. I'm just gonna run a quick scan on you, see how you're faring with the current treatment.
Has there
Uh-huh.
been any word on the permanent treatment front, Doctor?
None as of yet. There is some progress though, so it shouldn't be too much longer. I would hope. I see. We're gonna have to up your interval, or got to schedule a double dose for you. It seems your body's starting to reject the current progress or the current treatment. Not to worry. This happens sometimes.
Hopefully, you're able to figure out a cure soon. As much as I like talking with you, Doctor, coming down here every 30 hours is getting a bit tedious.
Yes, I perfectly understand that. It's not easy to make a trip to sickbay. You, along with the other 300 that were exposed to the compound on board the ship. But this should tie you over for another 36 hours. Do let me know if you have any side effects from the increased dosage.
I always do, Doctor.
And on that front, have you been doing well?
Yes, just pretty busy with the mission.
Taking it easy, not working too hard?
I get free time in when I can, Doctor.
According to your work schedule, you have been spending an awful lot of time in the lab. Don't make me order you to bed rest, Lieutenant.
I find working in the stellar cartography lab during my off hours relaxing, Doctor.
Lieutenant, there is a fine line between relaxing and being a workaholic. And you are unfortunately the latter. Now, I don't need to keep reminding you that you need to take it easy. Perhaps schedule some holodeck time.
I do have
Socialize.
holodeck time scheduled regularly.
Have you been socializing with other members of the crew?
On occasion, Doctor, yes.
Good. Hate to recommend you to the counselor.
I don't think there will be any need for that, Doctor.
Good. Now, we have several days before we arrive at DS9. I expect to hear the next time you come, before your next injection, you tell me the wonderful fun you had in the holodeck.
Understood, Doctor. I do have a nice, quaint little program queued up. Just haven't really had the time to run it, but with the travel time to DS9, I should be able to find the time.
Excellent. Well, Lieutenant, you are dismissed to go back to the stellar cartography lab. Don't stay there too long. Hate to see you wither away.
And yeah, Vogel will head back to her lab and finish up what she was working.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll go find Vogel. I know where she's at. I haven't chatted with her. I know what she's doing.
Do you now?
She knows you're a workaholic. She's seen it. Plus, you're her gal pal on the ship, so.
Vogel, you are heading towards the stellar cartography lab.
I'm stuck in the wall. Which way is the lab?
Well, it's the 10-4 hallway, but I would just say down this way.
Oh, I didn't see a ping. Sorry. Big map. I was just going to repurpose this room.
It's an office, but yeah.
Budget cuts, you understand.
Budget cuts, they had to shoot it where they could.
Exactly. We'll call that a console.
Oh, crap. I moved myself and a bunch of others moved.
Don't you love when that happens?
Okay, let's see if I can get control again.
Yeah, I find if you click drag off all the tokens, it'll reset it. And then you can just select yours.
Okay. I'm not sure.
It happens to me too.
Yeah, I'm also got something blocking my ability to get in there. Sorry, I'm still getting used to Foundry. Sadly, I work on Roll20. Okay. Okay. That ain't it. That's okay. I'm going through the wall. No, it won't let me. It won't let me go through.
Terrible
so you're supposed to
transporter
have a-
accident.
Acting security officer cannot get into auxiliary stellar cartography. This is
I
a
locked the
horrible.
door, sorry.
You locked the door because you knew she was coming. She'll distract me. She'll get me to go to 10 forward to waste time. That's what Scots women do. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yay. Around the corner. There we go. God knows they should not give her control of a starship's battle systems when she can't get through a door.
You actually got to press the little door icon to go through it.
Do you really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah. Yeah,
I
in
didn't know-
in
yeah, I didn't know
Foundry
that.
you can make walls. Yeah, you can make walls and doors.
Ah, see, I didn't know that. See, the door is like, now it won't let me through.
The Foundry's pretty cool.
It is, but you have to get used to its tricks. Okay, so I guess I press this and now I move through. Yay. No, GM, it won't let me in. The door keeps stopping me. There we go.
And yeah, you'll enter the lab and you'll just see Vogel just concentrating on this on the computers and the overlays and referencing stuff in her pads, updating star charts, the whatnot. Really, it looks like she's calculating stellar drift.
Okay.
Since you have a 2 in science.
Exactly. Exactly. The answer is she'd kind of know what you're doing, but probably vaguely understands it from an engineering point of view. So she just leans up against the console next to you. How you doing?
Oh, Lieutenant Knox. Sorry, I didn't hear you come in.
No, I had problems with the door, so you know. How you doing after all this stuff?
Uh, Dealing with it, I guess. It's not every day you get to witness firsthand atrocities committed by people.
Yeah, never a good day when that happens, right? Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
pretty.
Real stellar cartography. It's all cool and hollowy. I like the stellar cartography room. If I could only understand. That is a map of the Klingon Empire, the Romulan Star Empire, the Triangle. And there's the Briar Patch. God hate that place.
Yeah, if I had a lab like this, I would never leave it.
I figure that's why you're here a lot. I just thought I'd come in and hang out and distract you. And then eventually you'll leave and have a drink with me. Or we'll go to the holodeck. I do have a wonderful hiking program for the highlands of Caldos. You have a jacket, right? And mittens?
Of course I do. I have a lot of hiking gear. I didn't know you hiked.
Yeah, I do. I've got hollow scans from my home world. It's got good hiking in the highlands.
You know, I might just take you up on that. I'm almost finished here. I'm just finishing up mapping the area of the Rolor Nebula Rolor Nebula that we got scans of. Figured I'd keep these star charts up to date.
No, it's good to have scans of that place. It's pretty close to the Cardassians, right? And the Badlands. She's looking on the map. It's on the other side, isn't it? Or is it? Yeah, that's it.
It's
She
right.
locks on it pretty fast. She knows right where you guys were at. She may not have a great con, but she reads reports.
I mean, that's why we're out here, right? To help fill holes in the maps.
Yeah, part of the job. How was it? You were with he was your old mentor, right? Mentor of Doom.
Tolan, yeah. Uh, he was he was the helmsman aboard the Navajo when I had my academy training cruise here.
He taught you a lot of his. He taught you a lot of tricks, didn't he?
Yes, in a manner of speaking. Luckily, there's a few tricks I was able to learn by myself.
I suspect. I'm betting. What's the older saying? Dollars to dimes. That you're probably better than he is.
Well, the captain certainly thinks I am.
I'd agree. You've pulled some pretty impressive stunts with this boat. I have a
I know.
definite appreciation for Nebula classes now.
I know. I just can never get used to the captain praising me like that.
He's pretty straightforward when he thinks you're doing something good. He'll let you know. I like that. I quickly took the assignment when he offered it to me. I did a little checking up on him. I talked to a few people in Starfleet HR and others who knew him. He generally gets good under the table opinions from the people who've worked with him, and he's lived up to that so far.
What about your last posting?
Um, it was it was fine. It was a place that I did not feel comfortable. Um, there were some survivors of Wolf 359 there that I knew, which often reminded me of the people that didn't make it out of that event. That was part of the reason I left the assignment and quickly applied when Navajo had an opening.
Oh, I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, it's okay. Sometimes the only way to deal with it is over time and, you know, addressing it. So, no, I'm not worried about it at all. Well, that's not true, but I deal with it.
So, were you there at Wolf 359? I've only ever read the reports.
I was there. That's I I became a tactical officer that day. Most of the people on the bridge were killed, and myself and several other officers took positions. I took tactical because, well, I had experience, and we uh, we were able to keep the ship together and engage the enemy and give some cover for other groups to escape. Um, so I was actually an engineering officer who often handled the tactical equipment. That was my MOS before that day. So I never planned to be a tactical officer. In fact, I never really had planned to stay in Starfleet for very long, but it's sometimes things go in a different direction than you expect.
I can most certainly understand that. Me, on the other hand, my family's been in Starfleet pretty much since the very beginning. Um, my parents served in Starfleet, their parents, and their parents.
Family business. Aye. I heard about families that would do that in the old United States as police officers in New York City and other
Yeah,
places.
my family has always been enlisted, though. I'm the first Vogel in the entire family to ever become an officer.
How does the family react to that one?
Proud, especially my dad. Very proud. I get letters from my mom all the time about how he goes around engineering and just brags to all his friends there about his daughter, the officer, serving aboard the Navajo.
Nice. It's good when you've got family support. I'm My family situations are a little bit more estranged, but sometimes that happens.
Vogel kind of remains silent, like it kind of sounds like a sore subject, so she's kind of like given the vibe of like she's sorry she mentioned family.
It doesn't look like it bothers Knox. I mean, your experience with Knox is, you know, you get what you see with Knox. She's pretty straightforward, you know. If something really bothers her, she'll probably tell you it bothers her and find a way to deal with it. But, the way she said it, when you think about it, it's more like she kind of accepts the current status of the situation. So, I well, it's something I've got to address and fix. Errors of my errant youth. I guess you don't know, I was busted into Starfleet. I thought I told you about that.
I don't think so.
Well, my family suffered some tragedies when I was a teenager, some deaths, and I didn't handle it very well. I got involved with a criminal syndicate. My particular skills had already sort of developed then, at least from the engineering side of things. And so I was helping them make sure their ships could operate quietly in the beta quadrant, and had the right modifications. My family had done engineering support in the highlands of Caldos. Um, and so let's say after a few family members died in an unfortunate situation, it was just me and my grandmother. And, teenagers sometimes don't handle these situations well. I didn't. And when the, say, criminal organization got busted, the Federation judge presented me with a number of options, the best of which was donate my time to customs for the planet of Caldos. And he basically said you have to show some kind of progress. And he gave me several options, one of which was the Starfleet exam. And my grades were good. I did like school. Um, and so I scored well enough to capture Starfleet's attention, and my incidents were sealed under a youth record. So that's how I ended up in Starfleet.
Do you regret joining Starfleet at all?
No, it's turned out to be a good thing, I think. I'm in it for a while, that's for sure. But I didn't know where to go. That was for sure. The judge did the right thing. You don't always see that as at the time, right? Teenagers don't process the same way adults do. I guess I understand that better now.
Well, I'm glad you're here and out of trouble.
Yeah, the only trouble I get into here, well, there's only one person I have to really deal with on that. He's only mad at me when I blow up hallways to the computer center.
Still can't believe you did that.
Oh, well, I had 5 Orions coming at me and a jammed gun and a commanding officer deep in the core doing his thing. I had to slow him down. But I agree with the captain's assessment on it. It was excessive.
You might want to steer away from maintenance team Gamma 6, though.
I'm sure they have it in for me. Yeah. blowing up a conduit that way. It magnetizes all the other systems adjacent to it, so I'm sure they're having fun. But I did all the painting for them, so in fact, I still have a little bit more to paint. She kind of looks now. She looks sad, like, oh crap! I still have some more painting to do. I got to get it done by Deep Space Nine now. There's some good hiking on Bajor from what I've seen. Well, if you're done, I can take you to the highlands of Caldos.
Yep, just finishing up here, and that should do it. Computer, save map updates. Vogel Alpha Gamma 6. All right. Let me just stop by my quarters and grab my hiking gear. I'll meet you in the holodeck in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'll grab my stuff too.
All right. Yeah, I'll head to go grab my. Oh, wait.
Cool hallway.
Who's next?
Well, my bit requires Nox's attendance, so that will have to be after their hiking.
Yeah, she would not have scheduled her hike in conflict of an opportunity to drink with an Andorian who she's been in battle with.
Fuck! Hold on, one sec. Got it.
Captain, would you like to go?
Sure. I'm trying to think what the captain would do. I guess tying up loose ends. He would probably try to contact old friends in Starfleet intelligence to try to find a new home for the Vex sisters.
Okay. Uh, we're gonna make this a roll. So give me presence command. Difficulty of 2. No, let's go. No, let's make this a post instead.
Say again?
We'll make it. We're gonna make this a post. So
Okay. Are you setting the difficulty for me, or am I setting the difficulty for Starfleet intelligence to resist me?
I'll just set the difficulty for Starfleet intelligence to resist you on this.
I'm sure they love that I committed them to things without talking to them first.
Well, that will be a 3.
Okay. You know what? Just because there probably won't be a whole lot of opportunities to do such things tonight, I'm going to spend his determination.
On what value?
Sometimes the ends justify the means. I mean, he did make promises to these women without bothering to ask command or Starfleet intelligence. He's kind of put Starfleet on the hook for a lot of things here without getting
Okay.
any kind of justification first.
Okay.
But none of my values, I think, would apply here. Except maybe no negotiation, but then I would be getting myself into stuff, more stuff than. I will give you that threat back at you for bold.
Okay. Well, you gain a momentum.
Okay.
And the poor intelligence woman you're dealing with, she's like, she just kind of sighs on the view screen, and she's kind of convincing her of this. There's I can't send her to the Beta Quadrant near Klingon space. Obviously, you can't put her near where you're at. There's this nice little colony in near Tholian space. It's rather cold though, like Arctic temperatures. Will that do?
It's what we've got. It'll have to. They might bulk a little. They might not like it too much, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. We've got. Sounds like the kind of place would minimize their opportunities for getting in trouble. I figure that between that and two new identities that need to be pretty airtight. I mean, we have their former employer in custody, but I made promises. I suppose we can at least set them up someplace comfortable on that world.
Well, comfy is not the exact term I would use. If you're an Andorian, you would think it's summer weather. Um,
They'll have a home with heat and all the amenities, right?
there is a biodome there, so it comfortable-ish.
Comfortable-ish.
All that close enough for government work.
Okay. My question is: does this new identity entail adjustments to their appearance?
Appearance adjustments would probably be in order. And some set up to give them a comfortable lifestyle. I can send you a list of the peoples whose lives were saved um, through their willingness to come forward with information,
No.
if that would help.
That won't be necessary. I understand the extent of favors you've called in for this, but they'll just have to do. This is the best I can offer, given the circumstance. Per agreement with normal situations like this, they're not allowed to leave the planet, like ever. Please convey that to them.
I will couch it in terms of a reminder that at least one of them was kicked out of the Orion Syndicate, and the Syndicate would probably be looking for the other one. I'm sure they'll understand. They won't be happy, but again, they'll understand.
And in doing so, will if they ever decide to leave the planet without said permission, they will be marked as wanted fugitives, and all of the crimes that they have committed against Federation civilians, merchant vessels will come back to them. And no favors will be
That,
will
that'd
be
be a
given.
hard sell. I agree. If they leave the world, they forego Federation protection. But if they leave and don't return to a life of crime, let them live. I can send you that list of names if you'd like.
They are sorry, Captain, but they're not exactly. I'll put it this
They're
way, Captain.
horrible people.
Yes. I don't think this would stick too much with the Federation courts. If they were going to find out that we gave them this new identity and they left on their own willingly, and we did not pursue them and withheld their new identities.
Well, that's what happens when I guess I can tell them that that's what happens when their former lies force me to go through intelligence and not the court system.
Good. We're in agreement. I will forward those new identities for you. I'm sure your doctor will have fun with their new cosmetic surgery.
She's a very talented doctor. I think she'll enjoy that. I don't think she's ever had an opportunity to perform cosmetic surgery on two people I've had her declare dead before.
Uh, that being said, they're a officer at DS9 will take them into custody and then hand them over to their new home.
That'll work. I appreciate your help. I know you were strong armed into it by old friends of mine, but your help was appreciated. I don't know if we would have gotten the information we needed without me making this deal. And just think, I had to call in enough favors for this that he'll probably won't have to deal with me for a while.
I hope not, Captain.
That's what Admiral Gibson said. Well, the next time I'm at courts, I'll pick you up a souvenir.
No need. Have a good day, Captain. And she instantly closes the channel.
From there, Captain's going to make his way down to where Knox has the Vex sister stash.
Where Knox has the what?
Where you stashed Dira and Dira
Oh,
Vex, and
right. Yes, yes,
now her
yes.
sister is on board. You've
Yeah.
stashed her there in the same place.
Yeah, I have, and they're under watch as per your request.
Good evening, ensigns. I'm going to go visit these quarters.
She nods, staying at attention.
Crone will be nice and chime the door rather than just walking in.
You may enter.
Good evening.
As the you could instantly read the room as you walk in. As the two ladies, they seem to be in a bit of argument.
Did I come at a bad time?
No, not at all, Captain, says Dira.
Well, I have good news for both of you.
Please don't hold us in suspense, Captain.
Well, I've arranged for your new homes and your new identities. Place for you to live that doesn't involve a jail cell or Ruapente. You'll be comfortable within reason and stashed somewhere where your former employer, any friends he has still left alive, or the Orion Syndicate will ever find you. That's the good news. The other good news is if you like cold weather clothing, good nice sweater, flannel shirts, things like that, you're going to love your new home.
You could see the sour appear on both their faces as Dira then quickly just like, it's expected, I guess.
Well, I'll admit I can't get everything that I think you would have wanted. But again, no one will never know where you are. The syndicate will never be able to track you down. And you're not in jail or dead.
I assume this sort of deal comes with restrictions.
You can't leave.
So
Once you're
it's like a
there, you
prison.
stay. It's a very comfortable gilded cage. I called in pretty much every favor I had with Starfleet Intelligence to get it done. I might owe a favor or two. You're alive, you're comfortable, you'll never have to work again. And again, no one will ever find you. Because considering what we found on Tevet Station, the two of you, had you survived, probably would have ended up at the Federation version of Ruapente. Trust me, we have correctional facilities that are not the rehabilitation center in New Zealand. Contrary to proper popular opinion, Starfleet does believe in hard labor and secure facilities when it's necessary. And considering what the two of you got involved in, yeah, you would not have gone to New Zealand. You've probably been on an asteroid mining dilithium, if you were lucky. So I got you a pretty good deal. You're welcome. That seems kind of rude. Let me do it this way. Thank you for doing the right thing at great personal cost to yourselves.
You could see dear sister Sora just kind of scowl and walking over into the adjacent room. She'll get used to
I
it.
take it. I take it she's not grateful for you saving her life.
She's not really too happy with me at the moment. But you did your best, Captain. I'm sure of it. So, thank you.
You're welcome. I gave you my word to do my best, and I did. Like I said, I've pretty much cashed in all my chips with Starfleet intelligence. I'm sure they'll make me pay for this one way or the other. At some point, I'll have to do Captain Fowler a favor. I don't think she was all that thrilled with having to give up Serena.
Yes, my sister can be troublesome at times. Of course, that doesn't say much about me,
Yeah.
but
Well, Fowler will enjoy it. Enjoy it when she reads the log that says that Soria was shot while escaping. Um, Better than where you would have ended up. And I do appreciate the help you gave. So the funny thing is, you should tell Soria. This deal is actually really lucky for her because I understand it. Captain Fowler and the Lafayette followed her to Tevet's base. I'd probably get her in a lot of trouble with Tevet if he ever escapes custody. Now, mind you, I doubt the Akatsuki and Captain Kier will ever let that happen. I wager there's still about a 10% chance Kier will throw him out an airlock between here and DS9. But you really did save her life. Hopefully, she'll realize that at some point. Just do me a favor, and behave yourself in your new home. If you don't, at least offer good odds at the tables.
well, new opportunity means new beginnings. So,
Absolutely. Just keep it mostly in between the lines, all right?
no promises, Captain.
Crone laughs. Yeah, I don't really expect any. Yeah. Just don't kill anybody. And he will excuse himself. Nod to the ensigns. Keep up the good work, ensigns. I was
Sir,
never here. Ensign.
um, are we supposed to ignore the noises when they start throwing things at each other?
Yes, it's therapy.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing in there that they could break that can't be replicated other than themselves.
Yes, sir.
He mumbles under his breath as he walks away, and I know some people that wouldn't mind if they broke each other. And he will go back to his office.
All right. Who's next, or what else?
I don't know, hiking in the Caldos Highlands, the Lock Country. Although we can cinematic that.
Girls trip.
It's Girls' Day out.
Captain Perone explaining to his CMO, "No, I plan on keeping the scars." Yeah, other than that, Perone's got really super exciting things to do. He's got after action reports, he's got commendation reports to write.
All right. How's this?
That works. I hear what sounds like farm animals. That would be appropriate, and birds. So it's spring in the Loch Mountains of Caldos, which is the closest thing to Highland Scotland. So even in the spring, it's cold and there's lots of rough terrain to hike over, but it's pretty.
Exactly what I'm looking for. Is Keldos a planet or is that a place in?
It's a planet. If you out of character, if you remember the well, yeah, she takes you up to like an area where you can kind of see down in the plains, and she goes, "I the Irish colonists live down there, and up here in the Loch territory is where the Scottish colonists live. We get along though. Maybe not at soccer games though."
And this is where you grew up on.
Yeah, she takes you over a hill and you see what looks like the locks of Scotland, maybe even more extensive. I mean, this is a planet that, to a great degree, replicates Highland Scotland and Ireland. So, uh, what you see is towns that look like they're right out of the history books. I believe it's one of those she goes, it's a colony where most of the people don't use a lot of technology, right? And so she points out some of the towns. You can see that town is mostly stonework, late 1800s, early 1900s Scotland, and that lock connects to another lock through a canal, and that's the area I lived. And she points on the far side of the town where you see what looks like small farms, so
Definitely
most
don't expect Federation colonies to look anything like this. As she takes
oh,
in the scenery as you're pointing it through.
it's beautiful here. I mean, the per person there's some lower per persons out there. I mean, I've heard there's places where 20,000 and less exist, but this is probably still well under a million. Probably 950,000 would be my guess now. So, yeah, she takes you in. I mean, you have you're up on the mountain tops, climbing higher, and it's the mountains around a lock, an inland area of a large lake. And she's all, yes, this is reminded my forefathers of, well, the locks of Scotland, like, and she names off a couple of them, including what is the one that Nessie's supposed to be at, Loch Ness, right? So same deal. And she even points out there's fishing boats out there. We sell fish. It's one of the things we do.
It's just so much to see everywhere I look. It's just amazing.
Yes, and it's an interesting place. It's even you'll hear stories of things that happen up here. Um, it's even a bit haunted up in these hills. She points out an area across the loch. That area is known. People have experiences out there, especially in the fog. Voices, will o' the wisps. She'll start telling you some of the Caldosian ghost stories, and they're like the usual ghost stories and things like that. So I and Beverly Crush. Do you know the doctor from the Enterprise? She comes from these areas. Beverly Crusher, Dr. Crusher comes from out here too. I
Can't
don't
say I've
know.
ever met her.
I have not either, but our families know of each other. So she would know of the Knoxes and I know of the Crushers. She'll take you to another one of those horrendous Scottish drops and that points down to a plain area and go, they live down there. That's probably where the Crusher house is, that city far in the distance. I've never been there, but I know where it is.
Thank you for showing me this, Nux.
It's a good place to hike. And you get a good hike in because, well, mountains of Scotland, right? They're kind of unforgiving.
Now, if only we could actually be here. There is something to say about actually breathing in fresh air versus the recycled air we get in starships.
Well, and she, pulls out a small data pad, and I've been looking at hiking locations on Bejor. Here, take a look at this data pad, see if there's anything that jumps out at you. There's a lot of interesting locations on Bejor. There's some high mountains that are kind of like those, and she points to those gray, foggy peaks that kind of look imposing. There's an area like that, but they all the hiking recommendations say stay away from there. Something about haunted caves. Can you believe that? I don't know. Maybe I believe it. There's certainly some places here in Caldos that you know I've had some experiences.
And she'll just kind of like raise an eyebrow with that, her science mind not comprehending spooky ghosts.
Yeah, and you're dealing with a Highland girl who's definitely buys into science, but the look on her face, I mean, she's kind of no BS. What you get is what you see. So she seems to be giving you the kind of expression like, yeah, she's seen some shit up here. So, but there's
Wouldn't happen
cow.
to wouldn't happen to know of any good hiking places around Beta Z, would you?
I know. I've heard there's some great spots around Beta Z. Um, but if you want to go, you let me know. You dig that up. I'm willing to go hiking on Beta Z.
Well, I'm actually bringing someone, if we're able to coordinate leave, of course.
Oh, okay. You've got the boyfriend. You're gonna take him hiking on Beta Z. Very good.
That's the plan anyway.
She'll pull
I
out
mean,
like a small flask. It's like one of those like those earth flasks of liquor, and you she's not a heavy drinker. Okay, like Scotty is definitely a heavy drinker. She's very controlled about it. Plus, she spends a lot of time in the gym, so that kind of defeats it if you drink too much. But she'll hand you the flask as you guys are hiking. Like that's what she does when she goes hiking.
okay,
It's that Scotch
out of
stuff.
out of character, is it real Scotch?
Oh, it's real Scotch. Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. Vogel will kind of eye it, take it, give a little shrug, take a sip, and after she coughs, hand it back to you.
Yeah, she'll take it back, screw it on. It'll warm you up.
Oh, that's so strong. Oh,
Good. It's from Caldos. It's it's made near where I grow up, and as you hit a corner of one of these high mountain trails, she'll point out where she lived, and right there behind where my spot is, that's where this stuff is made, and they've been making it there for 75 years.
remind me to sip this. Oh,
It's a sipper for sure. She takes a shot out of it. I mean, she drinks enough that it's not gonna phase her. She was probably born. Scots are born on Scotch, so she seems unfazed by it. But you've known her long enough to know that she's not a heavy drinker, but she does drink. So and there's real cows too. It looks like they source their own local food and stuff like that. And yeah, as the afternoon progresses, it does get cold.
oh, that meme was for Commander's Discord post.
The Andorian would love this place. It would be like spring weather, warm spring weather for him. So I can show you the winters if you want, but it gets cold up here.
After my last experience in cold weather, I think I will pass on that.
I agree. That's why I tend to hike the spring. So yeah, you have a fun afternoon hiking. There's definitely some interesting geology on this planet. Like you're enough of a scientist, she wouldn't see it, but you would. There's some interesting geology on this world. But
Yeah, and Vogel will just enjoy the hike.
yeah, and it ends in a little Scotch, Highland village. Not a very big one, just farmhouses and that kind of stuff. But yeah, and then she'll after at the end of the hike, she'll go. I told Van Dyer that I would meet up with him. Are you going to his thing with drinks? I did. I don't know if that was just the people on the ship or you have an invite. Did he invite you?
That is a good question for out of character Van Dyer.
He'd invited just about the entire officer corps.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably make a short appearance.
Okay. Well, we better go clean up for that. I'll see you there then. And she calls the arch. Arch.
And Vogel will just take a few last moments to admire the view and then say, "Computer, end program."
And the beautiful highlands of Caldos disappear.
Bye, Doctor.
Spooky ghosts, they're all disappearing.
Oh my god! The ghost stories were true!
The ghost stories were true.
Because of the fleet arc, none of us were able to run spooky ghost episodes for Halloween.
That's right.
But we have to have a spooky ghost episode. Gotta make up for lost time.
Exactly.
I mean, technically, I already did a Halloween episode for season 1, but that was last Halloween.
Perona, you doing a Warhammer TTRPG?
Yep, we had a Halloween episode 2 weeks ago.
Incredibly based. Well, I mean, if that's everyone done, I suppose we can throw the party, right?
Yeah.
Curious to see what the backdrop will be.
You did ask for an ice bar.
Yeah, I'm still trying to mess with it. So
Kind of
last
something that
minute
works.
creation.
The AI is like, what do you want?
It
I'll
does
drop
that
some-
sometimes. Asking for something, and you go, never mind, I'll do it myself. Sometimes it's helpful. I had for my criminal procedure class, I had it write a test, and all the scenarios were Halloween based.
For criminal procedure?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Is the captain showing up?
He would make an appearance. I think not do so would be rude.
Something like this, but like a little bit more loungy.
It's you get what you get. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's an ice lounge.
I mean, this works. This works really good.
It's cool.
So funny. It's cool. I get it.
Okay, well, yeah.
Sweet. We're here now. Vandar will be behind the bar serving drinks. He'll have brought out a couple cases of liquor he'd have taken from home. He'll be dispensing them liberally.
Knox can smell the Andorian ale from across the room.
Knox might have a problem.
Today she will. She can smell that Andorian ale, so. That's pretty potent stuff, though.
Yeah.
Even for
I mean, it's basically.
I leave this scene in your guys' hands.
Well, she's not going to mess around. She'll give her nod to her buddy and head on over. I'll take one of those Andorian ales on the rocks. I assume that's the way it's served, right?
I mean, I don't think it'd be even on the rocks. I think it just I don't know. I'm sure there's like Andorian ale cocktails. There has to be.
There has to be. So she's going to ask for some, Andorian. After getting the selection, yes, she will go for an Andorian ale cocktail.
Okay. Vander will think a little bit, and then he'll pull some grenadine out. I don't really know what the flavor profile of Andorian ale would be, but
It's got to mix with something. So, and it sounds like Van Dyne actually knows what he's doing. So,
yeah, he'll make her a cocktail. In my mind palace, Andorian ale and tequila are pretty interchangeable flavor wise.
I that you could have a strong argument on that.
It's
So,
it's probably a blueberry vodka.
yeah, like a blueberry vodka. God, that sounds kind of good. So yes, you have it's got a little bit of a vodka flavor to a Scotswoman but yeah, it's still Andorian ale. So yeah, she looks excited and tries it and seems to like it. Well done, Commander. Well done.
And well done to you too, Lieutenant. Your performance that evening was quite admirable. I've put you and the rest of the bridge crew up for commendation as well.
Hi, thank you, sir.
It's not
Oh,
often we're
yeah, mix me another one of these a little lighter though for my buddy. I know how she.
uh, very well, and he will do so. It isn't often we get times like these to simply relax after major combat. I will quite frankly say,
Oh,
but they,
I in total agreement, sir. That was a ride, to say the least. The tactical officer's job, minutes of horror surrounded by days and hours of preparation. Thank you, sir. I will take this back to her. So she'll come back to you, and here's a drink. I did have it lightened. The load is lightened, my friend. The alcoholic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm just waiting for the doc to complain. Although I don't drink enough, it should even be showing in my tests. But it probably does.
I assume they can pull out any milliliter of alcohol you've had in the past 30 days.
Probably. She's consistent. She's just not, she's not to the level of Scotty where she gets off shift and, there's multiple shots. No, she spaces it out. She has too much shit to do. TAC officers have to be frosty.
Vandar will take the opportunity to go around and congratulate, most specifically, the bridge crew he was with during the last mission. But he'll kind of go around and try and make sure everyone gets like a light compliment or like an attaboy, basically.
I like this ice bar. It came out pretty good.
It did. Did you AI generate this?
Yeah, just a few moments ago. So
Our GM is a damn master of AI generation, okay? Just so you know. He does some great stuff.
I'm surprised you managed to get it to give you a top-down angle. I feel like that would be rather difficult.
it depends on what model you use.
Some of them have to be told more than once, though.
Yo,
Yeah.
neural networks, dude, and they generate errors very quickly. I've been using one for something, and it was like it grabbed a different data set, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Oh, that wasn't the right data set. And I'm thinking large corporations are using this for decision making and handling of stuff. Oh yeah, this is gonna end well.
Yep, my favorite time was the one once I caught it making stuff up, and I called it on it, and it went, "Oh, you're right, you caught me." Like, damn.
Good God, dude, it's like amazing, and we're gonna turn everything over to AI and fire people. No, that's not gonna end well. So.
No time soon, at least. Yeah, I tried to
Time
get
for
it.
our new AI overload.
Hey, but you know the
Five
way
one.
some people drive, maybe driving cars would be a really nice thing.
Yeah.
That would be
Well, that's
good.
easy. That's wireless data converted straight to a neural network. The neural network just makes a judgment to keep things at a certain distance and moving. That's stuff computers do well, you know. That works. Probably. Although apparently there's still some tech hangups with it.
I just think it's funny. You know, I run into young people that don't know how to drive a manual transmission, and another 20, 25 years, there'll probably be young people that have never actually driven a car.
Yeah, no, there will be. Absolutely.
Oh, the captain has showed up.
He's here.
Now, Van Dyne would notice that Knox is comfortable in cold environments. Like where, you're probably not sure where this Caldo's place is, but she seems unfazed by the cold.
Oh yeah, Van Dar's probably like he's not in. He's on his time off. He's dressed very casually and basically like a t-shirt and slacks, effectively. This is he's incredibly comfortable. Partially, which is why he chose the environment in the first place.
She'll hold up her drink and gesture to the commanding officer, the captain.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Captain. Good to have you here.
Pleasure to see you.
Well,
Glad
put
you could
on-
make. Glad you could make time from the busy paperwork of captaincy.
It's a chore. It's not all done, but I only have to write the commendations for the command staff. You got to write the rest of them.
That is true. But with Chat GPT 5, it's incredibly simple. It's a moment I do not look forward to, and I'm hoping the post party bliss will be the perfect time in which to do them.
I know the feelings, Commander. I don't like writing reports. As the captain will know, my reports are very simple. Ernest Hemingway inspired often.
But you know, Mr. Van Dyer, the best part about being the XO is you have division heads like Lieutenant Knox here, and Lieutenant Vogel to push a lot of that paperwork onto.
That is very correct,
Knox
Captain.
gives you
I should be using my delegatory powers more often. Thank you for the recommendation.
Well,
Knox
stuff
gives you
does
the
roll
eyeball.
downhill.
It's true. You've got to try some of the Sandorian ale, sir. This is the good stuff, straight from the blue world.
I'm already cold. Now. I come from a Mediterranean climate. I'm freezing enough as it is. You want to put that in me? Are you trying to kill me, Knox?
It will warm you up, sir.
Ideally, it should warm you up.
Alcohol is well known to warm the soul and the blood.
But a nice mulled blood wine would be nice.
I'm sure he has that too.
Vader will look around behind the bar and try and find mulled blood wine. And assuming there isn't any, he'll have the computer make some. He'll pour a glass for the captain. Actually, he won't pour a glass. He'll just hand the bottle to the captain.
being probably the only person that will drink it, he'll just drink it straight from the bottle. The doctor's not here to nag him either.
Doctor's not here at all. Now's the perfect opportunity.
Aye, sir, no syntha ale. I admire that.
Well, I believe that extended shore leave will be in order when we get to Deep Space Nine. It'll take the techs there at least a week or two to get the 2 brand new computer cores installed.
Aye, yes, sir. But the good news is they did an upgrade for the Nebula class. So what we're getting is what any production line Nebula coming off Utopia Planitia is getting, sir. So we'll have a slightly better system. So there's a plus to this.
How convenient for someone having just blown up a computer core.
Well, maybe when we get closer, we'll have her blow up the other one, so we have 3 new ones.
Very true.
It could be arranged, but this I want off the record.
I didn't hear anything.
I was
Meaning,
fishing. So, what will you do with your leave? They said we should have a little time with refits and repairs. Though I must commend the XO for keeping the Navajo mostly scratch free.
To my knowledge,
raises her drink on that one. Scratch free.
and I in turn have to thank our excellent bridge crew for handling the pressures so greatly.
She'll raise a drink again for that. I'm going to go hiking, sir. Apparently, Bajor's got a lot of natural areas, so I plan to do some hiking down there. Plus, the cuisine is kind of interesting, so.
And you, Vogel?
If I can get certain schedules to align, Captain, I might make a trip to Beta Z.
Knox will look at the captain and just give him the nod, like, make that happen.
Well, we'll be down to a skeleton crew as long as nothing horrible happens that demands our attention.
Shit, there's no wood in here to knock on.
Aye, sir, there's not. We'll be getting worked on at Deep Space Nine. What could happen?
XO, you might want to replicate just a 2x4.
Yeah.
That way you can either knock on wood or smack Lieutenant Knox with it. I won't see a thing.
Well, Captain, the way I see things is now if something goes wrong, all the blame can lay on Knox.
Here. I fully agree with that. Pearl, take another swig.
Young bridge lieutenant gets the blame. I see how this is.
I believe we just said something shit rolls downhill something.
It's true. It's true on my home world too.
I will likely be doing some gambling there. Not that I have money to gamble with, but I've heard that the casino on DS9 is pretty good. They have a lot more amenities than they did on DS7. DS7 was mostly a military post after all.
Plus, we have to hit that Taylor, who's Cardassian. He's unlikely to know anything about the Obsidian Order, but who knows? Apparently, he makes a good dress.
Is that so?
Yes, according to my buddy here. She'll look over at her friend.
No, he's supposed to be quite good.
Handmade clothing, better than replicated.
It always is.
I've got a couple of new outfits that I'm going to need. I'll probably commission them while I'm there.
Is Perone married or is he engaged?
he's married, but they haven't had the big formal Klingon wedding, which is what's coming.
What does one wear for a Klingon wedding, by the way, Captain? I've not had the privilege to see one.
That's
I
very.
haven't even seen one either, or even heard of one. So
It's pretty formal. Really, not that all not all that different from royal weddings from Earth's 17th and 18th centuries.
well, as long as it's not Klingon armor, sir. Do we have to wear Klingon armor to your wedding if we're going?
No,
Okay, good.
No, you're not going.
but the the Klingon equivalent of a bachelor party involves paint sticks.
That gets your eyes wide. I could see that. That makes sense.
Nothing unusual with that.
As long as I get from one end of the line to the other without dropping to my knees, I'll be fine.
Aye. And that's probably a requirement of the groom, right?
And
Hey.
just the groom, hopefully.
I just went toe to toe with a couple of Gorn not that long ago. I can handle paint sticks.
I think so, sir.
Speaking of said Gorn, I see you've chosen to keep some souvenirs from the encounter.
Yeah, and Moreno will like it.
I'm
Give me
sure
some.
she will.
What do you say on my world? A couple of centuries ago, you give me street cred with my in-laws.
Street cred, she smiles. Yeah, it will. Especially with the Klingons.
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Solak was pleased to know I put the bat'leth he made for me into good use.
It's a shame we couldn't have Solok here for this.
Well, it was hard to pull him away from the engine core.
Yeah.
And he's very mad about the computer stuff too. He's not mad, but he has to distribute people.
He's not mad, he's just disappointed.
Yeah,
I've never seen an inebriated Vulcan, and I think I would like to. Might be a good time.
That man can cook. If you haven't tried it, Van Dyne, just go visit his quarters around 6 o'clock. He always has something cooking in there. And he'll cook stuff that's non-vegetarian too, sir. I eat at least 3 days a week. I visit him whenever I think he's cooking. He's baked stuff. He's baked better than my grandmother.
He makes great pies.
He does.
I don't think I've ever had one of your human pies before.
Oh, if you
I'll have to try
haven't
one.
tried human pies, you've got to, sir. They're a special thing. And he's so good at putting the recipe in place. I guess it's that Vulcan mindset. He never screws one up. I've never seen a bad pie, sir. Have you?
He hasn't, but I think I'm going to challenge him. I'm going to give him my my grandmother's recipe for tiramisu and drive him nuts because there's not an exact measure anywhere in the recipe. It's all a pinch of this and a dash of that and a fistful of this, the other thing. Yeah, drive Solak insane. Be great fun.
Sir, on your behalf, I'll go there to sample it and try it because that'll be quite interesting. So,
Always maintain
Record. We'll take one for you, sir. I'll hit the tiramisu.
Hey, Vulcans make the best straight men in the universe.
She takes the shot of Andori. She finishes off that drink and gestures for Van Dyne to make another one.
Van Dyne's just gonna make a shaker with a couple in reserve for Knox, and he'll pour her out another one.
I did give him my family recipe for haggis, which goes back a couple hundred years. I've only had it a few times, so we'll see how well he does with that. I also gave him a few Caledonian recipes. Eventually, he'll try those too.
I do find it curious that a celebrated chef happens to be a Vulcan. In my experience, their muted sense of taste tends to leave meals desirable or
No,
desired.
for him, it's something totally different. It's the challenge of interpreting the recipe and making slight variations based on logical choice. He's become so good that I have yet to bump into a bad dish that he's made. I usually have to work out after visiting his culinary delights. He
Perhaps
makes
when Commander Solak gets back from the Lafayette, we could have him prepare a meal for all of us.
Oh, yes, I'm in total agreement with that. And I will be glad to petition him for it. He is sympathetic to my petitions. So, Mediterranean world, Captain, were you born on Earth or a world that had a Mediterranean like climate?
But if they wanted to leave the rocking chairs, that'd be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say a Mediterranean world, but um, Sicily, where I'm from, is in the Mediterranean.
You're from Sicily on Earth?
Mhm. Born and raised.
Wow. I've never been to Scotland, but that's where the family's from. We moved out to Caldos in the early formation of the Federation after the coalition of planets. Scotland wasn't so nice after the eugenics war.
Not much was.
That's pretty cool, Captain.
Well, it's a beautiful little island. I think I would take some time to go home myself. If we have enough with the amount of refit time the Navajo has, I think I will go home for a little while.
Nox gets a bit of a faraway look in her eyes. I probably should do the same thing. I have a bit of unfinished business with a relative. She has a very serious look on her face.
The Vogel, part of that refit I have planned, you're going to enjoy quite a bit.
Sir?
I thought, since we're going to be doing a lot of exploring out here, I thought we'd add a new stellar cartography lab to the ship.
And Sarah will just kind of smirk with that. I'm looking forward to trying it out, sir.
It'll be supported by that new upgraded computer core we're getting.
Well, I mean, that was my plan, but Vola doesn't seem anywhere near as excited as I thought she would be. Maybe I should tell them to take it back and install a captain's yacht instead.
No, sir. We could really use an expanded stellar cartography. I mean, given the neighborhoods we have to poke ourselves into, including the
But-
Badlands, I
But
would
think of the diplomatic actions we could perform with a captain's yacht.
this is true. She'll look at Vogel.
I can have the galley expanded.
Entirely within
Well,
my quarters.
Appreciate that. If the galley were expanded, he spends enough time there that you could appreciate that too. But I'll still say expanded stellar cartography is the best move because of the Badlands.
Sir, all of those choices, you really can't go wrong. I mean, a brand new upgraded stellar cartography lab will do wonders in this sector of space. But I will say I'm also looking forward to the opportunity to pilot any new captain's yacht that you might bring on board.
As if I would let you fly one. That'd be my toy.
Knox is laughing at that one.
What do you think?
I believe the operative word is captain's yacht.
It's true.
Hey. All right, girl.
Well, speaking of requisitions and new forms that need to be filled, I should probably be getting to work. Apologies for
would
leaving
not
so
before
soon.
you give me one more of those drinks that you just mixed, so that my friend here has to guide me back to my my quarters. I am off duty.
Vandar will take one of the he'll take one of the spare ones that he made and pour it in your glass, and then he'll put the second one in front of Vogel and just say, just make sure she's not blind when she's done. And he'll step out.
She'll look at Vogel. You'll have to make sure that I make it back to safety. I usually don't drink this much. I am clear and off duty, sir.
Absolutely. But if you get falling down drunk, the pictures are going on the bulletin board.
She just points at you like, don't you dare. The serious point of a Scotswoman who is serious about her drinking. I will control myself, sir.
Until next shift, then you have a good time with the program. And Vandar will step out.
Thank you for sponsoring this, Commander, and well done. You handled the Navajo well. So she'll look around the room. A raise of the drink for Vandar.
He'll politely bow on his way out and get to work.
And then she'll look at Vogel. I will need guiding back to my room as she finishes off that last Andorian ale. I do keep my alcohol well, but I will need a little help getting back to my deck.
Don't worry, I'm kind of used to it. My roommate
Thank
at the academy would get overserved when we would go out.
I don't do this very often, my friend, so this is not a common occurrence. And she'll follow Vogel out and wherever Vogel leads her. And once she makes it to her cabin, she'll pass out. As any good Scotswoman should after a night of drinking.
Monday. Well, on Friday at the captain's hall. And
Yeah,
Sunday-
I'll make sure you don't fall up the stairs in the ship.
Thank you. I'll pretend I'm sober and follow you. Like I said, I don't normally allow this much alcohol, but this is a special occasion.
All right. Anything else you guys wish to do?
pass out in my room.
Besides that,
Yeah, maybe Prone probably will send a message to Miranda's ship to have her meet them at DS9.
okay.
And if the captain is approving leaves, Vogel will try to set up a combined leave. That could happen off screen.
Well, and there was great support from Knox on you getting whatever you need.
Well, if there is nothing else, then I will say call at the end of the session.
Okay.